How many reed cases do you own? I bought and tried lots of them before I figured it out. After years of research and tracking reeds from their beginnings to their ends, I finally found the absolute best reed case ever, and you're not going to believe it. Hi, I'm Dr. Ransom. I teach saxophone lessons, and I'm about to blow your mind. I've found a reed case that eliminates mold, easily sorts your reeds from best to worst, holds your reeds securely even when the case is open, rotates your reeds efficiently, and is unbelievably inexpensive. Oh, and it fits every size of reed from sopranino to bass saxophone. Mold. Every reed case on the market has one thing in common, a problem that cannot be solved no matter what you do. Ever get mold on your reeds? It comes out of nowhere. Suddenly one day you open your reed case and there it is, black mold, or maybe green, or even red. Maybe you can scrub it off with soap or kill it with hydrogen peroxide. Usually that also kills the reed because the mold gets inside the fibers. Mold happens when you leave your reed a little damp and store it overnight in a warm place, like by a heater or where the sun shines in through the window. Mold spores are ubiquitous in the environment, and saliva feeds the mold with sugars, food particles, and other organic matter. Once your reeds get moldy, then it transfers to your reed case. Once your reed case gets mold, you'll never get rid of it. I don't care if you soak it in hydrogen peroxide and alcohol and run it through the dishwasher a few times. That mold gets into the plastic or the wood or the cloth and it just stays there. Now you have to buy a new reed case. I have several. I don't use them anymore. I found a better solution. Ready to have your mind blown? This is my reed case. It's the best reed case on the market, and I'll prove it. First of all, if you get mold, it's isolated to the box, which will be replaced as soon as you order more reeds. So that solves the mold problem, and it's basically a free reed case. When you open it, your reeds won't fall out, like those ones that have a glass plate. And when you've exhausted all the reeds in the box, you just buy another box and start over. Now here's the part about easily sorting your reeds from best to worst. When you first open a new box, you're going to write the date on this flap. Next, you're going to write Roman numerals from 1 to 10 on the big flap. Write small so they all fit. Now, when you open a reed, write Roman numeral 1 on the butt of the reed, like this. Now, most of us are going to play that reed for a few minutes and then put it away. You put it in here. When you turn the box this way, that's on top. Now take out another reed. Write Roman numeral 2 on the butt of the reed. Play it for a few minutes and put it away on top. Do that one more time. Now you have 3 reeds ready to go. You can do more if you want, but you should at least start with 3 so you can begin comparing and contrasting them and deciding which ones are good or bad. By the time you play each reed 2 or 3 times, you'll know whether it's a good reed or not. That's when you make a note on the box lid so you won't have to try and remember. Notice here that this is the only reed case that comes with a ready-made scratch pad for keeping track of your reeds. I used to put a sticky note inside my Protect case, but this is better. I use a system where a star means it's a good reed, H means hard, and S means soft. If it's buzzy sounding, I write bzz, and if it just sounds yucky, I write yucky under it. If a reed is really, really great, it gets 2 stars. Eventually, I write old when they're completely worn out. Every few times you practice, pull out a couple more reeds and go through the same process. Pretty soon, you'll have all 10 reeds out of the plastic wrap and ready to use. I usually start with 5 and play them for a couple weeks and then do the other 5. Remember to always put the reed you just used back on top. That way you know which one was the most recent. When you start your practice session, always pull a reed out from the bottom. That way you're rotating your reeds and using all of them instead of just wearing out your favorite one. Some reeds are going to be useless and you can just skip those. Leave them at the bottom and start with the next one in line that you want to use that day. No, your reeds won't be in numerical order in the box. They'll be in order of most recent to least recent, and you'll know which reed or reeds are the best ones. Sometimes you want a soft reed. Say you have a cold sore, or maybe it just works better for circular breathing or band practice. Sometimes you want a hard reed, maybe to work your embouchure muscles, or maybe you want to practice with your reed knife. And when you finally use up your last good reed, you can toss the whole box, or you can do like me and just save them all in case of a reedpocalypse. By the way, if someone has told you that a brand name reed case will keep your reeds from warping better than the one I'm talking about, well, that's just BS. Do you really think the makers of these reeds would put them in a defective or warped container? I don't think so. The individual plastic reed holders are perfectly flat on one side, and there are ridges on the other side that hold the reed in place. I've never had a reed warp due to the plastic reed holder that it came in. By the way, this is not warped. It's just the wrinkles that happen when you wet a really dry reed. 5 minutes of soaking in water straightens that out every time. These are warped reeds. If you're using a humidity device to keep your reeds from drying out, you're just inviting mold, so I don't recommend that. Think about it. These reed cases are designed to keep your reeds from drying out just so they don't get wrinkly tips when you put them in water. Do you know how athlete foot happens? It happens when you don't let your shoes dry out. Do you know the cause of most ear infections? It happens when the ear canal never gets to dry out, often from wearing headphones or earbuds too much. Now, you may not get athlete's foot or an ear infection or moldy reeds, but it's a lot more likely if you keep them damp all the time. Is it worth it? That's up to you. Personally, I use a shoe dryer. I limit my earbud usage and I keep my reeds dry. I've spent 25 years researching this idea, and I guarantee it's better than any other system. If you like what you heard here today, you can sign up for a free lesson with me on Zoom or a whole bunch of lessons at my very reasonable price. Just send an email to the address in the description. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.